So how much further can Google go? To help us answer that and more, we're now joined by Ranjith Kumaran, CEO of PunchTab. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So Ranjith, Google is up over 1,000% since its IPO. It's now hit the $1,000 mark, up 40% year to date. How much further can Google go before it starts to plateau?
Well, what's going on now is the market is really rewarding Google for showing strength in the core business. So as you mentioned, even though the average cost per click has gone down, they've really showed that they can monetize the new channels that are coming up, namely mobile. So I think going forward, the stock price will really depend on how much confidence they can build around emerging channels like mobile. So now with Android devices shipping to 80% of phones being shipped have Android inside them, that's another footprint that Google needs to co-opt and figure out how to monetize. So I think if they can show good confidence in these channels like mobile and some of the new products that are coming out, then the sky's the limit for the stock.
Well, Ranjith, Google's investors are overall betting, it seems, that quantity can beat quality because Google has charged lower prices for its ads, but it is increasing the amount of ads sold. Do you think that this is the right strategy?
I think that's really what got Google into a dominant position in search marketing to begin with. So it's an old playbook for them where they figure that if they can really reach new markets, new growth, international growth has been great, and on new channels, then that's really what's going to be driving the future profits. So if you look at search marketing, it's a fairly mature product line. They're dominant in it. How much more can they grow it? They really need to start showing the new channels and new reach into new consumer bases.
Well, you mentioned mobile, and mobile devices have been a bit of a challenge for Google. Do you think they have the right strategy with regards to that?
Yeah, and if you take a step back and look at what they're doing, it's not just mobile. It's a big platform play that they've got going on, much like they did on online search marketing. So they built out a huge network, a huge platform that they could capture value down the road, and that's really what they're doing with Android, with mobile, with the Motorola products that are queued to roll out going forward. So really, it's the same playbook. Let's get all the devices out there and then capture value on the back end.
Well, Google launched Google Apps in the last month. It did buy Motorola. That acquisition hasn't been that successful. What other notable products will the company be rolling out and have more areas to monetize other than the retail ad space?
Sure, yeah. If you look at what Google as a platform is trying to do, we've seen all the mobile devices, the tablets, the Motorola products. To your point, they do need to figure that out in the long term. I don't know how much longer shareholders are going to give them a pass for the increasing losses there. So that is a critical part. But looking beyond just the mobile devices, the world's abuzz about the Google Glass device, the wearable computing devices that are coming out, and looking way out into the future. What do they do with things like Google Maps and the Waze acquisition, and even beyond that, the self-driving cars? This is real. There was one parked outside my office the other day, so that stuff is coming.
Okay, just very quickly, Twitter lured away Google's head of media and entertainment. We've got the Twitter IPO happening. Is Twitter a potential threat to Google in the ad revenue business?
Sure. I think going back to your original question of is the stock price sustainable, how far can it go? Competition is big. I think both Twitter and Facebook at a large enterprise level, it's a proven model. It's not an experiment anymore. Ad dollars are being funneled there, and I think if they see good adoption from SMB and smaller players, then that is definitely a threat to Google's dominance in search advertising and advertising in general.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Big day for Google. Thank you so much, Ranjith Kumaran, CEO of PunchTab.